Woody Allen's Manhattan is considered one of his best films. Now, there's a lot going on in this movie thematically, but what I want to focus on is this interesting choice that the protagonist has between two women. So Isaac Davis is played by Woody Allen. He is dating a girl named Tracy who's only 17 years old, which is pretty young considering that Isaac is 42. Now, given that age gap, there's kind of an expectation that this is like a midlife crisis, because that's the Hollywood script, is that when you have a middle-aged guy dating a younger woman, it's portrayed as some kind of folly, like he's being ridiculous and he's going to get a comeuppance. And that's what makes this movie interesting, because it kind of goes in a different direction. So Isaac meets Mary, played by Diane Keaton. And the way that he meets Mary is that she was dating his best friend who's also married. So these are kind of messy circumstances, but it slowly develops that Mary and Isaac have this kind of unique chemistry friendship. Of course, Woody Allen and Diane Keaton always have this unique on-screen chemistry.
You rely too much on your brain. The brain is the most overrated organ, I think.
I know. You probably think I'm too cerebral.
Well, you are, kind of on the brainy side. What's the difference when I think of you? God knows what you must think about me.
I think you're fine. Are you kidding? I mean, you do have a tendency to get a little hostile, but I find that attractive.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you do.
And that's part of the reason why the audience is expecting them to get together. For one thing, it's Allen and Keaton. And for another thing, it's, as I said, that you assume that when a middle-aged guy is dating a younger woman in a movie, then that's wrong, and they're going to be corrected, or they're going to correct themselves, they're going to have an epiphany, and they're going to have some kind of personal growth. But in this case, Mary is kind of a flawed character in that she's very pretentious. She's intellectual, but she's like too intellectual. She's too cerebral, according to Isaac, the protagonist. Be that as it may, the way I saw it was that, okay, it is funny the way that she talks about art and literature. She's a little over the top, but at least she knows her stuff, and then therefore that means that she's the appropriate woman for Isaac because she's smart. Not that Tracy isn't smart, but again, it's kind of the conditioning that we've received from Hollywood that younger woman, bad, smart, confident woman, good. So therefore, we're assuming that Isaac is going to make the choice to get together with Mary. And that seems to be what happens when Mary is sick of seeing a married man, which is Yale, and so she starts to develop a relationship with Isaac, and Isaac breaks up with his young girlfriend, Tracy. So everything seems to be on the expected conventional path, that this is the more appropriate choice, and they're having their great chemistry, that Diane Keaton and Woody Allen. However, here's the thing. I read this in an interview from Woody Allen in a book by film critic Richard Schicksal. And in the interview, Woody says, instead, he falls for the annoying pseudo-intellectual, or probably intellectual to some degree, Diane Keaton. He instinctively or habitually has learned to go for that kind of woman, to go for the neurotic, difficult, complicated woman, and not to see the forest from the trees. Not to see that right in front of him is really somebody he would be happy with, if he can just get rid of all this civilization that's weighted on his shoulders. And that's how the movie transpires, is that Mary turns out to be very unreliable. Isaac laments his choice and tries to go back to Tracy. And it really makes you think, because now it seems that all our expectations have been defied, that Mary was not the right choice for him. Instead, Tracy was, despite this huge age gap. And this is totally consistent with Woody Allen, things that he's said elsewhere, including the quote that I just read, is that he believes that when it comes to intimate relationships, romantic relationships, there's really no logic, there's no rules, it's just to follow your heart. And even if you look at Woody Allen's personal life, I mean, he very scandalously got together with Sun Yi, but I always am quick to follow up with that and say, well, they've been married for decades. So maybe it was a little suspicious how they got together, but you really can't argue with a decades-long marriage. That is success. And so that's Alan's view of it. He didn't go for the intellectual, know-it-all, prestigious choice in a romantic partner, which obviously Woody Allen could have had. He just went with, the girl that he wanted. And that's what his character Isaac does, too. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael McCara. Subscribe to my channel.